Hey, Terry Hashimoto here. Hope everybody's okay. I know these are really concerning times, in particular if you're in the golf business. But if you're in the golf business, I just want to share with you a couple stories that I remember. Unfortunately, and I'm old enough to remember now. In around 1980, when I was graduating from the U, interest rates were like 20% plus, and people were losing their businesses and going crazy. And it kind of reminds me of now. But golf, it was the weirdest thing. People had no money. They were losing things, and at some point they just said, "You know what? I'm gonna go golf. The heck with it." And golf kind of grew in the '70s. It did grow in the '70s, but then from around '81 to '83, '84, I remember it just kind of boomed. It just spiked, and I had opened Winnipeg's first golf discount store called the Caddy Shed. It's still there. And Gary Curtis and Darren Keats bought it off me. And it just boomed from, I think, around 83, 82, 83, 84. Just really boomed. But now I think we're going to see a different type of a boom. I think that this social distancing is probably, I mean, most people that I know play golf in the same group. I never see them. Half of them are in the bush, or half of them are right, or half of them are left. We play the Army game. And, if you're down the fairway, you never see those guys. And so maybe the key is just find a bunch of guys that aren't that good. But I can see things happening like, staggering tees. One guy plays off one set of tees, the other guy, and not because of they have to, because of they're short or they're long. But maybe golf is the solution for getting out there. I know that your mental sanity when you go inside a room for a long period of time it's hard on you. And I think that's the same and more people are going to start working at their home. I think golf was well poised to take advantage of this. I mean, I get it. You don't want to shake hands. You don't want to touch the pin. You don't want to get in the cart. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe people start walking again. And maybe you won't walk the whole 18 holes. Maybe you'll just walk 2-3 holes, call it a day. But the last time I checked, the best way to recover from any balance issue is walking on uneven surfaces, the proprioception from walking on uneven lies. We've been talking about that for a long time. And I kind of like the idea of 6-foot gimmies. And I know these are really tough times, and I'm not trying to make light of this, but I'm just trying to think, if you're in the golf industry, how do we survive? And I remember I was paid once to actually, in the early '90s, I was paid by a friend of mine I was paid a significant amount of money to try to see what golf would look like in the future. And I remember doing what I called the skateboard test. It was really stupid test, but fun. And we went to a bunch of skateboard parks, and we asked a bunch of skateboarders, what would it take for you to play golf? And they said, overwhelming majority was nothing. We couldn't get them to play golf. But I do have a stepson, Steve, who later on, who was a skateboarder then, he was one of the guys I interviewed, and now he plays golf. But regardless of that, I think that if we can find a way to get people on the golf course safely, social distancing, and again, most people that I play golf with, I never see them. They're left, right, left. And I think that's one of the great things about golf, is that you can be on the golf course with them, feel like you've got a friend with you, but never really have to see them. And it's not necessary to shake hands if you don't want to, if you can just rub elbows or, I'm not sure exactly, but we can figure this out to be safe. And it's possible to just, pay online, get to the tee deck and tee it up. And they can yell out your name and over the microphone system. And I think golf is well poised to take advantage of it. And home studios. I mean, it's cheaper than ever to buy a launch monitor that you can get really good accuracy with and have some fun. I mean, FlightScope, Earnest Sports, a lot of companies make really cool little launch monitors that work really well. And, okay, maybe you won't get path, but there are some that aren't too expensive to give you path too. And these new applications for home simulators. I mean, these home sims used to cost $30,000 to $60,000. Now you can do it for less than a couple grand. And online lessons. I mean, telemedicine is going to do it. Why can't we do it? There's telemedicine. I mean, telemedicine's right around the corner. It's here now in certain remote areas. If you live in Churchill, Manitoba, very likely you're talking to somebody at the Grace Hospital or other hospitals nearby. I don't think there's any hospitals nearby Churchill, actually, but regardless. The fact is that the game is going to change. It has to change anyways. And maybe this is one way we can make that happen. A long time ago, in the 70s and 80s, golf was the hot ticket. It was a social outing. If you wanted to make a lot of money as a CEO of a major corporation, you better be able to play golf well, because you were always entertaining, always taking people to the country club, and that's going to change. You know what? Maybe it's for the better. Maybe we can do it faster. Maybe we can do it stronger. And my buddy in the UK, Kevin Flynn's got a soccer company, RTB, Raise the Bar. And that's applicable here in golf now. Maybe it's time to raise the bar. I'm sorry for this long video. I'm not ranting. I'm not raving. I haven't slept in 30 hours. My son's upstairs sleeping because I got to get him comfortable. We got to go home. And we got a flight at 7:30 home to Charlottetown if they don't cancel the flight. But I'm thinking golf is really ready to take advantage of this opportunity. And I'm not trying to exploit the situation. I'm trying to create a path for mental and social wellness. But golf is perfect for this, because you've got great range of motions, opportunity. When I go home, we're stuck, like a lot of people, in our house for 2 weeks. And I'm lucky. I've got a treadmill. I've got my swing balance bars there. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to take advantage of it. And I'm going to get to hang with my kid. And I live on a golf course, so I'm going to go for a walk on a golf course. We'll be very careful not to intervene with other people. But we're going to do whatever it takes. And, I think golf is going to be more than ever ready. And you know what? We're going to come out with a device that people can use at their homes to just practice their center of pressure transfer shift. And I'm really excited about the fact that, I know our leaders are going to find a cure for this, an antivirus. And I just hope we all take advantage of this opportunity to really learn and study and think, because there's a lot of really smart people out there, and I know that you're probably one of them. And I really like this idea of the inverted cup for on the greens, because just hit the cup, get the heck out of there, and change the game a little bit. Maybe you'll smoke the putt from 3 feet just to hit this inverted cup, and you miss it, and it might be 30 feet past, but it might be even more fun. But let's not be afraid to try, and let's not give up, and let's keep on going, because let's raise the bar. Let's raise the bar, because it's worth it, and we need to do something to occupy our minds and improve our mental health as well as our physical health. So stay safe. Sorry for the long message. Hope all is well. And to all my friends, I miss you. We'll see you on the flip.